Conference will now be recorded.
Well, hey everybody, I want to welcome you to the Flowerful Living community. We are so excited. We're starting a new theme for one of our YouTube channel sections that we're going to have on our channel. It's going to be a monthly almanac. And we're really excited. So, a Flowerful Living Almanac. So, we're going to be doing January of 2026. Woohoo! Happy New Year! Happy New Year. So, I'm Robin Masiewicz. I'm one of the founding members of our Flowerful Living community. And this month, we're really going to be talking a little bit about my class, which is going to be going about, Flowerful Wisdom. It's a 101 class, kind of giving you some basics of Flowerful Wisdom. What is Flowerful Wisdom? It's tuning into yourself in a very natural way. So the class is called Embracing Your Nature Self. And we're going to have all kinds of fun activities. I'm also a laughter yoga practitioner, so I'm going to be bringing in some fun things about how is nature really showing us from a sense of laughter and joy what it is to be connected to the earth. And also going into, what is my nature self when it comes to connecting to my nature intelligence. And yes, we do have a nature intelligence. It's something that's so innate with us, we don't even think about it. So it's something that, we are nature. And that's the reason why we wanted to go ahead and, kick off this year with really getting in tune and attuned to nature in just ways that we have really kind of moved away from. And a lot of it could have been from just even from our childhood. Because think about it, when you were little and you were running around in a field or the playground or whatever, you were just with Mother Nature. You were connected. You were just thinking. And then you would always want to pick a little flower and give it to your mom. Why? Because I'm giving her that nature self and reminding her of just who we are and how that's going to be being moving out in the world. So we'll be talking about, using laughter. We're going to be working with how do I come into alignment. And one thing I really love to share with people is called the doctrine of signatures. And it's an age-old practice of being able to look at how nature is always reminding us of the things around us that can help us to keep very balanced and whole. And we'll be working with an apple, which I think is really great. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be something that's really fun to be working with that. And we'll also be tuning in and we will have everybody bring a rose and a gladiola. And like, why those? Tune in and find out. There's some wonderful things that nature is just there, just like with the doctrine or signatures, showing us what is there and being able to open and bloom in ways that we didn't even know that were possible. So when it comes to the almanac, if you're not familiar with that, the almanac has been around, I'm not even sure how long. I'm going to do my little diligence and do a little more research on it. But from my understanding, it's been something that's an age-old thing that farmers and growers have been using just for centuries. It's been tried and true, and it's still being used today. So you can go to any bookstore, or actually, you probably can go online nowadays, and I'm sure they have a digital almanac that you can check on. You can go to every day and be able to look at the climate and temperature and see what's really happening within where you're living. And what's really wonderful is we were talking about it before we got online. It was like, we want to talk about the temperature of what's happening every month. And I thought, oh my gosh, let's do the almanac. That'll be a really great way to us to be able to be connecting to that. So that's going to be the temperature of January and what that really looks like. And I'd love for go ahead and give that to Miss Maria so she can be tuning in and talking that from a body intelligence level and what that can look like.
Welcome 2026. I am excited. And if you've been with us, you know that purple, it's our color. It's a color, a regal color, and a color of higher energy. So for this year, at least for us, I look at it as being a year of encounter with self, getting rid of whatever was left from 2025. Just being yourself, noticing what's around you, grabbing and holding to what you really are. And it's also a year pretty good for taking advanced courses or workshops, anything that makes you grow. And on that note, oof, Flowerful Living has a lot of things this year. On the 3rd, I'm repeating the workshop, how to get rid of submissiveness, inertia, and lack, because this year is the year of empowerment. We gotta let go of the slavery programs, be sovereign, be one, be abundant in the multi-dimension. And then the 11th, for those Hispanic ones, I'll have it in Spanish. So we're going to have links below to each one of these wonderful, wonderful classes and workshops. And then for those who are interested in diving and getting deep into medical intuition, the new cohort of medical intuition is starting February 5th. And it's a professional certification. It takes a year and a half. And you're going deep. It's a lot of knowledge, a lot of practice, but guess what? A lot of internal work too, which is what you deserve this year. And it's not internal work of I'm letting go. It's what are my expressions? What are my gifts? What am I capable of doing as a whole being? And that it's going to be amazing to kick off the 2026. So, Amy, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Maria and Robin. This almanac, I love this idea, getting the temperature of what's going on. The temperature that I'm feeling is our need to remain calm in the chaos, and people choosing, who am I now? How am I going to show up in the world? I've been talking a lot about boundaries recently, and an aha for me is that you never really have to set a boundary. That if you're standing in your calling, in your I am, that you don't have to sell out, you don't have to give in. You're standing in who you are, and people respect that. And the people who don't respect that, that's okay. Don't get caught in that. So in February, it'll be February 15th, I'm going to be doing basically resilience at work, at life, in relationship, and how do we live this day to day. And that's what I love about Flowerful Living. There's all these amazing tools that to help us in our real world. I'm part of Maria's medical intuitive training. And for me, it's really about how do I take those tools to work, how to in my workplace. And then with Robin, and how do I bring nature into my real world? Well, I bring my evergreen right into my office. And so the marrying of each of our gifts and talents. And for me, what Flowerful Living Community is about is we want each of you to stand in your calling, to empower yourselves, and that we each stand together as resources and support. And for me, one of the most profound things for 2026 is healing community. And if you aren't in one, you need to be in one, and we will help you to do that. And you finding your community. If it doesn't exist, you go create it, and we're going to help you do that. So keep on breathing. Know there's going to be chaos, because that's life. And what I like to say is, I don't really say conflict anymore. What I say, it's an opportunity to negotiate with myself, negotiate with other, negotiate with organizations asking me to be on a board. Yay. It's like, I have a lot to do, but this is what I can do for you. I can support your organization. Being on the board does not work for me nor you at this point, but I can support you in these ways. You want to bring us home, Robin?
Yeah, so I love that idea of, coming into community. I know we just love to have, that community garden and make it to where everybody can bloom and blossom and plant whatever you need to, whatever you're feeling called to, and having it, all these other gardeners who could help you with all the tips and tricks and, real tools, real time to be able to be bringing things just to from seed to nourishing to blooming. And that's really what Flowerful Living is all about. So just a reminder on my class, it's going to be January 10th. It's only $25. Great deal. And also probably with that, there'll be bonuses. There'll be a rose meditation that'll really be helping you to tap into, why did I have a rose come with us to the workshop, and being able to work on that on several different levels. And then also we're going to having right after that, the week later, we'll be having a Q&A for just any kind of fun questions for tuning in. If somebody wants to get a flower reading while we're doing that, that would be something that could be really fun. Because it's always, when we come to a collective, it's always more than the person that basically spotlighted. It's just like anything when you go someplace and you feel called to ask a question. There was probably somebody in the room who had the same question. So it's always great to be able to bring that up to see how, it really wants to be expressing itself within the room. So we look forward to connecting with you on a regular basis. We'll be doing this on a monthly basis with our almanac. And just knowing that, this month is really about being able to start, doing, I like to call it pigeon steps, because, sometimes we don't want to take that big step. Let's do little pigeon steps and work our way across whatever is coming in for us, and really being in a place of nurturing this year. It's about joy and abundance, and really just looking to one another, to knowing that as we're connected, we're just like trees. Trees look out for each other. They support each other and send each other energy all the time. So can we. So you want to thank you.
Maria, why don't you bring us home about what next steps?
Well, for Flowerful Living Community, next steps, you should go to Facebook and be part of our group. It's called Flowerful Living Community. So find us there.
And you're going to have a link where we'll have a link with everything we're talking about.
We'll have it there. Know that this month is recognizing yourself, looking at yourself. What do I need to do for improvement to myself? What are my gifts and talents? How am I going to share those with me around? Is it just by myself, or is it a community-based gift? We're marching into community-based cultures. And that's the way it used to be. If you look at indigenous communities, that's why they are called communities, because they are helping each other. They take care of each other. So that's what we're going on. Predictions, we don't do predictions. You know why? Because our world is multi-dimensional. So if I tell you this is going to happen, I'm programming your brain to bring in chaos.
And again, you get to choose. That's what empowerment is all about. You get to choose, and every choice you make, every action you take, every little pigeon step changes the next thing. Yeah. So a forecast doesn't really mean anything when you're taking your actions, you're creating it.
Absolutely. Change, it's inevitable. It's always going to be there for us, for growing, for allowing us choice, and for allowing us to go forward in our spirit to grow. So we hope you show up this January the 3rd. Then there is January the 10th with Robin, and then the 11th for our Hispanic community in Spanish. Then the 5th of February will have, yes, the 5th of February will have medical intuition certification starting. And then the 15th will have Amy with a wonderful workshop that it's going to give you specific skills to take with you to work, to life. And she calls them real tools for real time. So you will leave this workshop knowing exactly what to do in this year.
I'm so grateful for you each. I'm grateful for you all. I am so excited about this almanac. Yeah, yay. So this is the first one. I want to honor that, and I look forward to next month.
Okay, have a great month. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you in class.